Welcome to another Pywarriors video. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about building a local video streaming service with vue3 and Nodejs. So the idea is to build a local service through which you can stream your videos in the local network. And I'm going to build the front end using vue3 along with Pinia for the storage and Tailwind for CSS. And I'll be adhering to composition API in this tutorial to make the things fairly obvious and not confusing, because if you are switching between options API and composition API, it will be a little bit confusing. So I'm sticking with composition API, and as far as the backend is concerned, it's built using Node.js and Express. And here I'm not going to delve deep into the backend stuff because I'm trying to focus more on the front end aspects only. So here you can see the app that we are going to build, and this is a fairly minimalistic app. It does not have much features. It shows a grid of thumbnails where you can just click and it will play the video. So and here is a favorites tab, so this will show your favorite videos. So just if you want to favorite a video, just click on the heart icon and it will go to the favorites section, as you can see here. And there is a trash also. If you don't want a video, then you can just trash that, and if you go to the trash page, you can delete a whole bunch of videos from a single click. So this is just keeping that just like a recycle bin, and if you click on the trash and then confirm, it will delete the video. And in the home page itself, you can click this icon and upload a video. So I'll just upload a video here. Let me get, okay, so what happened? Yeah, so it was in the favorites video. So it just went to the favorite section. So let me try another video. So okay, let me open that. So it will show a little bit of a small animation and then load the video right away. So that's this is basically the app that we are going to build. So let's get started and install start a vue3 project. So npm install in the npm init view at latest. Okay, so let's jump ahead and paste that npm init view at latest. So this will be asking the project name. Let's name it as local video stream video, maybe. Yeah, local video. Package name same. Yes, I want to add TypeScript. No, I don't want JS support. And I want router. Yes. And Pinia, absolutely yes. No, just I'm not going to test. No. Yes. Yes. Okay, so here it made me a folder called local video. So let's go ahead and get inside the local video, npm install and npm install. So it will take a little bit of time. So by the way, I'm using Tmux here so that I can just containerize the Neovim instances. So I'm using Neovim also. So it's installed. So let's npm run format, and then npm run dev. So yeah, npm run dev. So this will be showing us a default white in view installation. So here's it. So let's jump ahead and change everything. So I'm launching a new tab here. So cd local video, and also I want to make a backend for this. So I'll be making that outside of that the local video folder, but for the time being we can focus on the front end now. So let's jump into app.view. So this is the app and I don't want any of this thing, so here I'll clear out all these things, but I want the nav. Okay, so I will leave that as such, and router view of course, and I don't want any styles, so I just clear all the styles. So and let me look at what I don't want. So let's yeah, I don't want any of the styles here, so let me get rid of that also. And then first of all we need to install Tailwind, so let's go ahead and install Tailwind. So that's also in the Vue documentation, I think. No, it's uh, Tailwind vue3, and it will give you the commands to install Tailwind. So here okay, here is the command. So let's go ahead and install Tailwind. Make sure you are in the video in the project directory, and then npm install Tailwind. Done. So let's go ahead and create the Tailwind config file. So this will create a config file. So yeah, it created the config file, and then we need to we need to include the Tailwind in your CSS. So let's go ahead and do that. So I think it's in the main CSS. Yeah, so we can do that in the main CSS or in the base CSS, it doesn't matter. So I have added Tailwind, and let me look at the Tailwind config also. So and in the Tailwind config, you know, we can configure a lot of things. So first of all we need to edit the content to reflect the Vue.js settings. So this is the settings. So this will make sure to check these files for the Tailwind classes, and that's how the purge CSS works. So it will check all these files for the Tailwind CSS classes, and if it finds, it will retain that. If it doesn't, it will purge it from the final compilation. So that's how that thing works. So let's go to the app.view. So let's see how the app looks now. So yeah, there is like a component that I think, yeah, and it's in the views folder, maybe. Yeah, home view. Okay, the welcome component, we don't need that either, so let's get rid of that. Yeah, everything. And then yeah, it's a blank file with just home and about. That's what we want. And then we need to create three views for the three menu that we see in the first part. So let's go ahead and create three views for that. So let's create a fav view for favorites, fav view.view, and then we can create a trash view also, trash view.view. Okay, so we created the view files, and then let's update that in the router. So in the router we can have like the router, let's check the router file. Okay, so here, yeah, we are importing home view, and then we are hooking up home view to the root, and then there is about view. So but we don't want the about view, so we want favorites. So let's change that to favorites, and name will be favorites. And then here we can import let me move my, and instead of above view we can import fair view, and same here. Normally it auto completes, but sometimes you don't. So I imported fair view, and just ignore these errors because there is some issues with the configuration, I think. And then we can have the trash view also imported. So here, let's duplicate this thing and paste it here, and instead of favorites we can have trash. Oh, I see. We don't need to import that because it actually lazily imports this thing. So this is like the lazy loading. So yeah, we really don't need to import. That's why it doesn't auto import, I think. So we have the root fixed now. We can plug this into the navigation. So instead of about, we can go to favorites, and here favorites, and we can also have trash. So let's go ahead, and we don't need this hello world. So I think it's in the components. Okay, so we can remove this altogether. Yeah, hello world. And we also don't need these two items. So welcome, and yeah, so there is some icons also. We will also get rid of this also, but I will just leave it as of now. So let's see how it's it's looking like. We can't see anything, so we can just go ahead and style it. So now we can style the nav bar and then start working from there. So let's go ahead and style the nav bar. Let me look. Okay, so so here let's add a class, and I'll make it flex, and then a flex row. So with a gap 3, maybe gap 3 would be 12 pixel. Okay, fine. And then I will have the text to a no, I will add a background, a light, no, a background to gray, like light background, PG gray 50. Let's have a look how it looks. Something is fishy, so let's see what's going on. There is no error on the console. Maybe sometimes let's see if the CSS is loading. I can't see CSS loading here. There is no error on the console either. So let's restart the server maybe, because sometimes as it happens it won't update. So let's restart the server. That right again. So yeah, so now it's affecting the nav bar. So let's go ahead and style it further. So it seems to have styled from the Tailwind, but let's look. I have some suspicion regarding the base CSS. I suspect is there. Yeah, there is like some CSS which is affecting everything, so I'll just get rid of that also because I don't want anything. Okay, so let's reload that. Yeah, so now it's it's using these styles that we mentioned there. Then let's go ahead and further improve upon that. So here, I'll want the text to be a little bit lighter, so I'll just add a text gray, gray maybe 800. Yeah, so text gray 800, and I will also I need to specify that it's to be justified between. So what it so we can change this to make sure that there is a right part also, so that's why I need to add that. I think we'll come to that in a second. So let me get rid of this, and then we also need a small border in the bottom, so border bottom, and that border would be a tad next point from the background, so border gray 100 will do the trick, so it will give a faint border. Yeah, so it's visible there now. So then we can now we can style it a little bit different, but before that I need to configure something, because this doesn't look right for me, because Prettier is doing a uh, not what I wanted, so I will just edit the Prettier config. Let's check where's, yeah, this is the Prettier config. So it's let's make sure that it displays everything nicely. So for that I have these two settings which I always use: HTML white space sensitivity, ignore, and bracket same line. So this will make sure this looks a little bit nicer. Yeah, okay. So then since we have justified between, and we need a right part also for the upload button and the delete button, so we can encapsulate all these router links inside a div. So that will make that so, and this div would have a flex class also, because otherwise it would look like this. Okay, that's fine, but still flex, and need to go full. Okay, then we can add a class to router link to make sure that it has nice padding, and add that to every single router link class. So it's looking nicer now. So let's add the other icons also. So before that I would also need to add some custom colors to the Tailwind, so I can show you how you can add custom colors to Tailwind, so that instead of the default color set we can have a custom color. So here in the theme we can extend that colors, so colors, and then we can have our own colors. I will have 3 different colors for this. I'll just copy paste that. So this is the colors that I want to use: pastel blue, pastel green, and pastel yellow. So in the app, in the main nav, we can have an active class also, so that the view router adds an active class to each view when it is active, so we can mention that which classes to use. So active class equal to, I want a small border, so border bottom to be a thick border, so bottom 8, and I need to specify the color, border pastel green, and 200 is the number that I gave it. So this will show up as you can see here. So it will, when it gets active, so since we don't have the favorites view, we do have the file but we don't have any content in that, that's why that it's showing that error. So let's go ahead and add this class to the other 3 also. So let's copy this over. So I'm working with a smaller resolution since I'm recording, that's why. So let's have that. Okay, and then we can have something in the favorites view, because if it doesn't have anything, then it will not show. I think this is enough to show. Yeah, so it shows the active tab, and we have a design now. So we have a navbar now, so we also need to add some icons now. So let's go ahead and add the icons. So I would delete all these icons. So here I would add an icon trash. So for that I will go to hero icons and copy the SVG from there. So this is an easy way to add icons to view, and this is I think this is much more convenient, and also this is a little bit efficient because we are not loading every single icon into the page, just the icons that we need. So let's just okay, so we need the trash icon. So here's the trash icon. I will copy the SVG, and in the icon trash I will add a template, and then I will paste this thing, this SVG there. So that's all we need to add an icon. So this is very easy to do that. And then in the app.view we can add this icon to the navbar. So let's add a div which will be the right side of the navbar, and for that we can add a class. So we can mention that this is going to be at the end, so justify self end. We'll place that at the end of the row. So and this would also be a flex, and I would need a gap of 4. Let me move gap of 4, and then I want everything to be centered, so item center and justify center. So these item center and justify center align the child items along the vertical and horizontal lines. That's what happening. So here then I can import the icon. So I will just change the alignment here a little bit, because I would like my script tag at the end of the template, because that's much convenient. So here I will import the icon trash from, and I will use @ components and icons icon trash.view. Okay, since I have imported that, I could use that here. Icon trash. I can get rid of this if I'm not adding any component in anything in between. This is supported by vue3, so I can add some class also. Here is, I can add the cursor to be pointer because I'm going to click on that, and then I can add some slight animations. So let's see how it looks. So here, yeah, you can see that it's there. So I would also like to add a padding so that it would look nice. So let's add a padding to everything. So here, and I want the padding only for the desktop displays, because in the mobile view we don't need the padding. So how Tailwind works is that Tailwind is a mobile first CSS framework, so everything you add uh, defaults to the mobile view, and then if you want to change any view from there, you can have this uh, these um, breakpoints like SM, MD, and LG, and so on. So it's like from the bottom up approach. So you have the CSS applying for the smaller displays first, and then you can go upwards. So here, since we are in the desktop, it will affect that. Okay, so it looks nicer now. So we have created the nav bar. Also I would need to add the upload icon also, so let's go ahead and do that also. It's similar, so I would add an icon upload view file here, and add a template here, and then I'll go to hero icons and search for upload and copy the SVG, then paste it here, and then go to app.view, and icon upload, and we can import icon upload also. Icon upload from icon upload.view. Let's have a look. Yeah, so there is two icons here, and we need to display the trash icon only when we are on the trash page. That's what we are going to do next.